What's up, peeps? I'm Aleks Mickelland, and coming right up, I've got the 9th edition of my Euro 2012 previews carefully designed for your viewing pleasure. Today, we've got another bona fide contender, the defending champions. That's right, Spain is in the spotlight. With the way they've commanded attention and captured silverware the past few years, the current crop of Spain internationals will have to go down as one of the most dominant football teams of all time. A feat made all the more remarkable considering the lack of overall success in major international tournaments, prior to the Euro 08 and World Cup 2010 triumphs. Previously, the only time Spain had done anything of note in Europe or the world was winning Euro 1964. Soon after, they developed a reputation as one of Europe's biggest underachievers, consistently bringing teams with top-class players, but failing to deliver time and time again. After 1964, Spain failed to qualify for numerous Euros and World Cups, and for the ones they did, were bumped in the group stage every single time. It all came to a head in 1982, though, when as the World Cup hosts, Spain collapsed under the pressure, losing to, among other teams, Northern Ireland and tying with Honduras. They did rebound by finishing runners-up at Euro 84, but still left the fans wanting more, especially in subsequent tournaments, such as the 1998 and 2002 World Cups, as well as Euro 2000 and Euro 04. As previously stated, there was no problem with the talent on their teams. They had guys like Fernando Hierro, Andoni Zubizarreta, Emilio Butragueño, Julio Salinas, Luis Enrique, Jose Antonio Camacho, Miguel Nadal, Juan Antonio Señor, Jose Luis Caminero, Fernando Morientes, and Raúl. But for some reason, they just couldn't gel whenever Spain came calling. Nowadays, that's obviously not the case, and they'll be sure to figure prominently once again when Poland and Ukraine for their quest for a third European title. Now, Spain prides itself on the tiki-taka, a style of football that involves dominating possession of the ball, playing a lot of short passes, and pressuring the opposition to chase them around the field. Sounds like a simple strategy to those watching at home, but make no mistake, it requires players with a mix of skill, position, awareness, and most of all, patience. And La Furia Roja has assembled the players capable of doing just that. David Silva, Andres Iniesta, Juan Mata, and Cesc Fabregas are all scarily talented midfielders who all bring their unique talents to the table for club and country, each carrying various degrees of creativity, vision, and pace used to pressure teams to no end. Rarely do any of these guys make mistakes with the ball. Xabi Alonso and Sergio Busquets serve as a two-man defensive midfield cover, but will generally be getting lots of touches on the ball and maintaining the slow, controlled build-up pace, fueling many possession-heavy attacks. Their defenders aren't shy in involving themselves in the offensive flow as well, with Gerard Piqué, Sergio Ramos, and Alvaro Arbeloa key in establishing some two-way play and forward runs that further add to the unpredictability when Spain's on the pitch. For added defensive security, they've got the irrepressible Iker Casillas in net. He's the country's all-time appearances leader and has some of the safest hands in the world, which can only help their chances of repeating. And finally, you have Xavi, the conductor of the Barcelona and the Spanish orchestra. This man right here has the peripheral ability of thinking several plays ahead, perhaps the best reader of the modern game. He's got amazing stamina, is a hard worker, which is backed up by an outstandingly high amount of creativity and link-up ability. The best playmaker in the game today, bar none. One of the toughest players to stop and one of the toughest teams the world's ever seen. It's an absolute nightmare to defend these guys, much less get the ball off them. Now, for all their possession time and precise controlled play, can a team like Spain have a problem? The answer is, of course, yes. They may get a great deal of chances into the area, but they lack the personnel with the ability to finish them off. With David Villa going back back in December down to injury and unable to feature at Euro 2012, Spain finds themselves looking a little bit down at the barrel of uncertainty regarding their strikers. Fernando Llorente and Alvaro Negredo are unproven commodities internationally. Pedro had a bit of an off-season with Barcelona. Until recently, Fernando Torres was mired in a massive slump before catching fire with Chelsea. If one of these players can deliver these chances, however, Spain's scoring issues will be very minimal. And while Spain's back four isn't too shabby, they'll definitely miss Carlos Puyol's presence at the back. A leader and defensive stopper, the Barcelona man will undoubtedly be a tough one to replace. Hence, Spain can be a little lacking when it comes to leadership and dependability in defense. Though if one of the talented Raul Albiol, Javi Martinez, or Jordi Alba can step up and provide promise, then the Spanish engine should have no trouble maintaining its stability. Spain's created a winning formula that's proven to be extremely difficult for other teams to counter in the past and present. They have the pedigree and the silverware to prove it now, and will put every other country at Euro 2012 on notice. For these reasons, I've got Spain finishing in first place in Group C. That's right, number 1. Simply because their level of talent and style of play are just too much for the likes of Italy, Ireland, or Croatia to overcome right now. Make no mistake, they are a force to be reckoned with and could very well be holding that trophy once again. And that's a wrap for Spain. Remember to like and comment on this video, subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for my next video, where I investigate Italy's chances in Euro 2012. Until tomorrow, I'm Aleks Mickelland, and you're watching the Euro 2012 predictions on AMTV.